What's up, guys? Red Wolf here, and welcome back to the Coach to Glory on College Football 26. Today we're wrapping up Season 1 with the Missouri State Bears. Coach Christian Robles has helped this team to a 7-2 record, 5-0 in conference play. We control our destiny to make it to the conference championship game. We're currently the only undefeated team in conference. 3 one-loss teams are tied for second: Liberty, Sam Houston, and Kennesaw State. We play Kennesaw State, Louisiana Tech, and UTEP today. UTEP is 1-8 overall, but Louisiana Tech and Kennesaw State will both pose bigger challenges. In terms of national awards, Ronell Johnson is currently 9th in the Biletnikoff Award voting. He's having an outstanding year. Gary Clinton is another offensive weapon. He's currently 10th for the Mackey Award. He's really come on strong as of late, and we're looking to use him a lot in these 3 games today. We start out at home against UTEP. I would like to see us come out and hang a lot of points on the board and really get this offense rolling down the stretch. We're facing a 3rd down and 12 on our second drive. Jacob Clark floats it over the middle. That's Gary Clinton unable to corral it. And on our 3rd drive, we're down 3-0. We have not had a first down yet. 2nd down and 6 now. Clark in the pocket. Flips it down short to Josh Joyner, the star running back. Has over 1,000 total yards this season and is looking to eclipse 500 yards through the air today. Now looking at a 3rd down and 2 from the 45. It's an empty set for Jacob Clark. He fires quickly down to Gary Clinton, and he picks up the first down across midfield. I'm really enjoying this first season with the Missouri State Bears. I'm trying not to get too attached with a lot of these players, because, of course, the focus of this series is to see how quickly Coach Christian Robles can move up the ranks. We're going to look at our job offers at the end of this season and see where it takes us. I'm expecting to have a couple of decent job offers after leading a prolific offense for the first-year FBS program, Missouri State. On 3rd down and 11, Clark rolls out to the right, able to throw on the run, finds his receiver, Jamari Robinson, inside the 20, to set the Bears up with a 1st down and 10. James Blackstrain really struggling with wear and tear today. He's getting hurt. But now we're looking at a 1st down and goal from the 1. A goal line set. Jacob Clark going with the QB sneak. Gets stopped at the line. On 2nd down and goal, it's another try with the QB sneak. This time Clark gets across the goal line for the Bear touchdown. I don't know if you saw it, but James Blackstrain is going to miss the remainder of this game against UTEP with those injuries he suffered on that drive. Now we head to the second quarter with the ball back. The defense got to stop. We're up 7-3. Gary Clinton with 3 catches already on the day. Make it 4 on the tight end screen. A ton of space out ahead of him. He picks up back-to-back first downs. From the 39 now, Clark floats back, fires it across the middle to Gary Clinton. And that makes it 3 straight first down receptions for the tight end. Now Clark flips it short to Josh Joyner. Sets up a 2nd down and 4 from the 18. Shamari Lawrence now, first time we've really seen him get a lot of action, is able to pick up the first down. 2nd down and 8 now from the 11. Clark fires over the middle. Jamari Robinson, stop and go, gets into the end zone somehow. He's able to stop his momentum and get back up to full speed almost immediately. The Missouri State Bears go up 14-3 as Jacob Clark picks up his 2nd total touchdown of the game, his 28th touchdown pass of the season. He's having an incredible year, and I don't think there's very many quarterbacks in Conference USA who have played better. After a turnover, we get the ball back inside the red zone. On 2nd down and goal, Clark fires over the middle to Ronell Johnson, gets stopped short of the goal line to make it 3rd down and goal. Now Clark fires to the corner, looking for Gary Clinton, unable to corral it. We kick a field goal to go up 17-3. Now Clark fires over the middle again. There's Gary Clinton again. A huge gain of 32 yards from Clark to Clinton. And we're in business. Just over 2 minutes left. It's 3rd down and 11 now. Clark fires to Josh Joyner out of the backfield on the wheel route. Picks up a 1st down. And then Joyner caps this drive off with a rushing touchdown of his own. Gets into the end zone. That's his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. His 7th overall. I think Josh Joyner has been our most important player as we've gotten hot these last 6 games. He's really turned it on and has been utilized heavily. Out of the backfield, through the running game and the passing game, he's made plays whenever we've asked him to. We take a deep shot to Dash Luke, unable to connect, and with 14 seconds left, Coach Christian Robles decides to just run this clock out, and we head to halftime. 24-6, the Bears are beating the UTEP Miners. 211 passing yards. Shamari Lawrence, I don't know if you saw it, 12 carries for 12 yards. We are averaging about 5 yards per play. Not the greatest start to this game, but we still have 24 points to show for it. I think this second half we'll be able to see a lot more, find more rhythm with this Bears offense. We start with Clark, checking it down to Lawrence. The linebacker had to step up to account for the scramble, and Clark makes him pay. Unable to pick up another first down, but then we force a turnover by our defense, and Shamari Lawrence gets us down to the 1. On first down and goal, Joyner gets the carry. Lawrence might be upset about that one, but Joyner picks up his second rushing touchdown of the game. Not a ton of carries so far for Joyner. He's had a few receptions out of the backfield, but we take a 31-6 commanding lead with 7 minutes left in this third quarter. On the ensuing drive, Jacob Clark checks it down to Rennell Johnson on the drag route. He's able to pick up about 6. 3rd down and 4 now. Clark in the shotgun, floats back, looks for Joyner, but that pass gets broken up. After a turnover, once again, the Bears are in plus territory. Clark fires it deep down the left sideline. Rennell Johnson is there, and he is into the end zone for his touchdown. Rennell Johnson scores his 9th touchdown of the season through the air. He is getting close to covering 1,000 yards on the season. Rennell Johnson has been our most important receiver. As you see, Clark hits him in stride. The wheel route works, and the defense has no answer for Rennell Johnson. We go up 38-13, and we have the football back. Jamari Robinson cuts his route short, able to catch that pass from Jacob Clark. Clark has 3 touchdowns total today, 281 yards. Now Shamari Lawrence's turn to get in on the action, gets us down inside the 10. A strong run from Lawrence. He's had some great plays so far this season, but he's also had games where he's been kind of MIA. Still, that puts him at 627 yards on the ground. As Clark fires to the middle looking for Gary Clinton, that pass gets picked off. I was trying to avoid the linebacker sitting down, but I threw it directly to the Miner defense, and they take over 1st down and 10 from the 31. They score a touchdown directly off that turnover, and Clark fires to Clinton to start the next drive. He goes over 300 yards today. We're across midfield. 3rd down and 2. Clark floats back, has to check it down to Joyner. An awkward throw leaves Joyner vulnerable to the big hit, and he goes down with an injury. But back in the game a couple of plays later, I don't think it was that serious. Up 38-20. Joyner with the carry. Has a chance to break it, but does pick up the first down. A little over 2 minutes left in this game. Joyner out of the backfield, catches the pass, and loses a couple on 3rd down. We kick the field goal to go up 41-20, and that's what the final score is. Make it 7 in a row for the Missouri State Bears, as Jacob Clark is the player of the game. 3 total touchdowns, over 300 yards passing, and we completely dominated. It may not have seemed like it, but I was never really in doubt of whether or not UTEP might come back. A great start to this episode. The Bears are now 8-2 on the season. Jacob Clark sets the single-season passing yards record. He might hold every single-season record before the end of this episode. Another record was broken. Rennell Johnson sets the single-season receiving touchdowns record. I think that's something else he can extend. Liberty, Sam Houston, and Kennesaw State all pick up losses this week to make it 5 teams now with 2 losses. With a win in this game against Kennesaw State, we're going to guarantee ourselves a spot in the Conference USA Championship game. We need to come out early against the Owls. They are a tough opponent, but with the way this Bears offense has been playing, I think we could end this regular season on a 9-game win streak. We have not lost since the first episode of this series. Jacob Clark has been outstanding. Let's see if he can continue his strong play and pick up another victory. Starting with the football with 10:33 left in the first quarter, Shamari Lawrence gets us started with a 3-yard run. On 2nd down and 7, Lawrence in the backfield goes in motion. Clark in the pocket, fires quickly out to the left. That's James Blackstrain coming back from his injury, picking up his first catch and converts a first down. Now Lawrence with a strong run up the middle, picks up 8, makes it 3rd down and 2 right at midfield. Rennell Johnson underneath, able to catch the football, picks up 10. That's another first. Clark in the pocket again, floats it over the middle. There's Gary Clinton on the drag route. He catches the pass and gets down inside the 30. 2nd down and 10 from the 27. Clark fires quickly to Jamari Robinson. That's another first down for this Bear offense. And then on 1st down and 10, Gary Clinton finds the end zone. Touchdown number 6 on the season. We go up 7-3. Clark finding Johnson again. That's been an outstanding connection this season. I think those two have really been the MVPs of our year. Without them, we're not playing as well. And there's Rennell Johnson again. We got to see a replay on that. A deep post from Jacob Clark to Rennell Johnson. Somehow gets on top of the defender, catches this football, and stays in bounds. I have no idea how he makes this catch, but he does, and we go up 2 possessions. Great coverage from the defender, just not good enough to swat the ball away at the last minute. Up 14-3 as we head toward the end of the first quarter. Here's Rennell Johnson again, another big play, a gain of 37 more, and he's quickly approaching 100 yards in this first quarter. Those 2 big plays put Johnson over 1,000 yards for the season. What a year he's had. 1st down and 10 with 20 seconds left. Shamari Lawrence trying to get something going, unable to. And you can see that we are struggling to run the football once again. However, Jacob Clark and this passing game is really clicking. Over 170 yards in the first quarter. That's what Coach Christian Robles is going to be able to take anywhere he goes. I think his philosophy will be able to transfer to many different levels of the game, especially when we start recruiting in better talent. 2nd down and goal now from the 5. Clark's in the pocket, fires over the left side. That's James Blackstrain getting into the end zone. His 6th touchdown reception of the season. And we go up 24-3, a commanding lead early in this second quarter. The previous drive ended with a field goal. The defense forces a turnover, and the offense capitalizes on the short field. Jacob Clark already with 3 touchdown passes so far today. That puts him over 30 for the season. He's just extending his records now. We go 3 and out on the next drive. Kennesaw State responds, puts a touchdown on the board. We're up 14 as we see Shamari Lawrence get the next drive started with a screen pass. Almost picks up the first. On 2nd down and inches from the 18. Lawrence is still in the backfield. The give goes to Lawrence. Cuts it back upfield. Gets hurt as he does it, but picks up the first down anyway. Not hurt enough to not celebrate. He gets up and shows these Owl fans he means business. 3rd down and 1 now with about 3 minutes left. The give goes to Joyner with Lawrence hurt. That's a big hole on the right side. And he picks up a big gain of 16 out to the 44. Can't say enough about what Josh Joyner has done this season. I think wherever Coach Christian Robles goes, we got to hope Joyner follows him. Gary Clinton has been another outstanding receiver, especially in these last 2 games. He's really finding his role in this offense, and Clark is not hesitating to throw him the ball. Rennell Johnson gets out of bounds to stop the clock at the 17. Now it's another screen pass, this time to Josh Joyner. Has a ton of space on the left side. It's a foot race to the pylon, and he wins it. Touchdown Bears. Josh Joyner finds the end zone for the 4th time through the air. And Jacob Clark now has 4 touchdown passes in the first half. The Owls respond. It's a 14-point lead as we wind down this first half. See if the Bears can put some more points on the board. Josh Joyner with back-to-back touches gets the Bears across midfield. Down to 10 seconds left in this first half. It's 31-17. And that takes us to halftime. The Super Sim missed the field goal, and we stick with a 14-point advantage. Rennell Johnson with an incredible first half, 7 catches on 9 targets, 133 yards and the long touchdown. I'm still trying to figure out how he made that catch in the back of the end zone without going out of bounds. And now with 6 quarters left in the regular season, the Bears seem to be in control of their own destiny. We finish this game out, we guarantee ourselves a spot in that conference championship matchup. To start the second half, Jacob Clark fires to James Blackstrain on the left sideline. He tiptoes that sideline, They call it a catch on the field. It's been challenged by the Kennesaw State Owls. We'll see where Blackstring's feet came down. Looks like he got that right foot down for sure before the left foot comes down. That's a catch on every day but Sunday, and the Bears are cooking once again. A huge play from Clark to Blackstring gets this second half started off with a bang and almost puts Clark over 300 yards today. Facing a 3rd down and 13 after that big play, we're at the 40. Clark fires to the sideline looking for Jamari Robinson, unable to connect, and we have to give the football back to the Owls. On 3rd down and 17 on the next drive, a dangerous pass as Clark gets hit, falls to the turf. The Owls add 3. Down to an 11-point advantage now. The Bears seem to be coming back down to earth in this second half. Rennell Johnson on the drag route picks up the first down. It's now 2nd down and 10 from the 32. Clark firing over the middle. There's Gary Clinton again. He's having a big episode today. He's really working that crossing route, getting open, and getting across the field. Clark goes over 300 yards. He's eyeing 4,000 yards for the season if he continues this pace. Rennell Johnson with a good catch on the drag route. Picks up a few. He's up to 11 catches for 154 yards and that touchdown catch. On 3rd down and 12, it's a draw play to Josh Joyner. Breaks a tackle in the backfield, but unable to get anything more. That takes us to the 4th quarter. Missouri State is still not ranked. Not sure if I expect us to be, but you have to think that we might start receiving votes if we continue this strong play. We had a field goal on our last drive to go up 14. We're back on the field to start the 4th quarter, up 34-20. 2nd down and 10. Clark fires deep down the right sideline to Jamari Robinson, and he gets this quarter started off with a bang. That's a huge touchdown pass to number 84, Jamari Robinson. He burns the defender. Clark finds him, and that gives Clark 5 touchdown passes today. What a great episode for Jacob Clark. He is proving himself to be an elite option in Conference USA. We take over. Gary Clinton converts the 3rd down and 4. As we see, Jacob Clark now has 425 yards, 5 touchdowns, but most importantly, no turnovers. On 2nd down and 2, Josh Joyner with the carry picks up the first down to the 40. Jacob Clark floats back on 1st down looking for James Blackstring in the end zone, but a great play by the defender to knock it away at the last second, preventing number 6. Gary Clinton, another huge catch, another big gain. 25 more yards to the tight end. 25 more yards for Jacob Clark. He now has 450. Now a quick pass to Gary Clinton. Turns upfield, smelling the end zone, but the ball comes out and the Owls take over. I'm not sure if Gary Clinton was down. We might need to challenge this play as we have a chance to go up 21 points instead of allowing the Owls to have a chance to cut it to 1 possession. Caleb Alford with the recovery. Gary Clinton might have a costly play late in this game. I end up throwing the challenge flag. Looks like Gary Clinton's elbow and knee were both down, so this play should be overturned, and it should be 1st down and goal for the Bears at the 2-yard line. After review, it is overturned. We retain possession, and we pick it up at 3rd down and goal. Gary Clinton caps the drive off, making up for the almost mistake. That's 6 touchdown passes for Jacob Clark. Gary Clinton finds the end zone for the 2nd time. We're going up 21 points, 48-27. With this victory, that clinches a conference game appearance for Coach Christian Robles and this Missouri State Bears team. We're going to try to keep track of Christian Robles' career, and he's really starting off with a bang. If we want to catch Coach Nick Saban, we're going to have to do a lot of work. And we've started strong at the bottom of the totem pole. Trying to run this clock out now, Josh Joyner with a couple big carries. Picks up a couple first downs. And now looking at 3rd down and 14, the clock hasn't wound down because Kennesaw State still has 3 timeouts. But they're not going to burn any of them. We end up with the victory. The only quarter we didn't score double digits was that 3rd quarter. Jacob Clark had himself a game. Getting close to 500 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. He has now thrown 35 touchdown passes on the season to just 13 interceptions. A great year for our senior quarterback is really helping springboard Christian Robles up the coach's rankings. He attempted 50 passes today, averaging almost 10 yards per attempt. Josh Joyner takes over this backfield, finishing with 16 carries. Not a ton of efficiency from the ground game, but we get enough done. Another record falls. Jacob Clark sets the single-game passing yards record at 480 yards. He came close earlier in the season and finally eclipses that total. Rennell Johnson also breaks the single-season receiving yards record, in addition to breaking the receiving touchdowns record in the last game. A great year for Clark, an even better year for Rennell Johnson, as he is in the top 10 for the Biletnikoff Award voting. But the records aren't done falling. We get another notification, and Rennell Johnson has hit the trifecta. He now has the single-season receptions record, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. An incredible year for our junior receiver, Rennell Johnson. He's not very highly rated, 72 or 73 overall, but sometimes you have guys that just outperform their ratings. This is one of those guys. He's been extremely fun to play with, and I'm going to miss him if we move on at the end of this season. But now with a Conference USA championship game berth guaranteed for the Bears, we'll see if the coaching staff decides to leave their starters in for a majority of the game, or do they pull a page out of the NFL's playbook and allow them some rest in the second half. We'll have to wait and see as we start this game against Louisiana Tech. It's senior day for these Bears. Jacob Clark, Gary Clinton, Shamari Lawrence, and more. They're all playing their last game in front of this home crowd. We're hoping to go out with a bang. We pick it up, 2nd down and 10 from the 21. Jacob Clark sends a man in motion. That's Rennell Johnson coming across the formation. Clark floating back is going to float it to Gary Clinton. Ends up short of the first down marker. It's 3rd down and short. We convert on that 3rd down to make it 1st down and 10 from the 32. Clark rolls out to the right, trying to find Gary Clinton, but that pass gets picked off. That's not Clark's strong suit, and it leads directly to an instant red zone possession for Louisiana Tech. They take advantage and go up 7-0. Now Gary Clinton wide open on the ensuing drive. Clark completely misses him. The nerves might be getting to Clark in this game, in his last game at home. Another touchdown for Louisiana Tech. Another punt for the Bears. And quickly it's 3rd down and long. Clark has to fire short, finds James Blackstrain, but that's short of the 1st down marker. Add 3 more points for Louisiana Tech, and suddenly the Bears are coming back down to earth. We're down 17-0 early in this second quarter, not having much to show for anything. A couple of 1st downs on this drive, hopes to get the offense back in rhythm, but now we're facing a 3rd down and 5. Clark in the pocket, has time, floats it to the right side to Gary Clinton, in front of the safety, but it gets knocked away. We're going for it. We're not going to go out quietly. And Clark finds Clinton for the 1st down. A sack on 1st down knocks us back 11 yards. It's 2nd down and 21 from the 46. At midfield, Clark hands the ball to Josh Joyner. I thought he might have been able to break that, but gets taken down after a gain of 7. 3rd down and 14. Clark floating, fires to James Blackstrain, gets stopped short. 4th down and inches, another 4th down attempt, and another conversion. Christian Robles dialing up the correct plays on this drive as we get down to about the 5-yard line. On 2nd down and goal, Clark in the pocket, fires quickly to Gary Clinton, and he finds the end zone. Another touchdown catch for our tight end, Gary Clinton, and the Bears are finally on the board with 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Now let's see what our defense can do. Maybe they can get this Louisiana Tech offense off the field, and we can get one more drive before halftime to cut the deficit to 1 possession. They cannot do that, and we are now down 24-7. 55 seconds left in this first half. Clark somehow gets that ball to Joyner. He turns it upfield and picks up the 1st down. Oh, a little screen pass to James Blackstrain. Breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races. 1 man to beat. It's a race to the corner. He wins it. Another touchdown for the Bears. James Blackstrain with what could be his best play of the year coming in the last home game of the season. James Blackstrain catches this pass on the screen, breaks 1 tackle, And then two more defenders unable to bring him down before Blackstrain turns on the Jets and picks up 6. Blackstrain finds the end zone. That's number 7 on the season. Jacob Clark now has 37 touchdown passes. Pass complete to Jamari Robinson, only picks up 4 yards. It's 2nd down and 6 as we start with the football in the second half. Down 10. Josh Joyner picks up the first down. And then on 2nd down, Clark fires to Gary Clinton. Drops it right in the breadbasket. Clinton hangs on through the contact. And we're in plus territory. On 3rd down, Jamari Robinson left wide open. He's able to pick up the first. Jacob Clark now on 3rd down. Firing down the middle of the field. Rennell Johnson is there on the seam. Hangs on through the tough hit. And it's 1st down and goal from the 2. Lawrence with the first attempt at the 2-yard line. Trying to get around the edge. Fights through the tackle. Goes out of bounds inside the 1. And then it's Josh Joyner's turn. He caps this drive off with a rushing touchdown. That's Josh Joyner's 4th touchdown of this episode. He's really helped us make this comeback. 24-21. Little under 6 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. A deep pass to Dash Luke on 1st down and 20. Hangs on through the huge hit. Makes it 2nd down and 2. On 3rd down after an incomplete pass, Josh Joyner picks up the 1st down. We're down to under 5 minutes left. Clark rolls out to his right, finds Blackstrain. He goes over 100 yards today. And then on 3rd down and 1, Lawrence cuts it back upfield, gets into the end zone, and the Bears take the lead. We were down 17 points 2 different times, and this Bears offense has responded. Our Bear defense has also stepped up. They haven't allowed a point in this second half. We take a 28-24 lead heading toward the 4th quarter. In the shadow of our own goalpost, we get out from the 1-yard line. It's now 2nd down and 5 from the 17. Clark fires over the middle to Johnson, trying to make a move, unable to miss the tackle, but still picks up about 17 yards. That takes us to the 4th quarter. James Blackstrain having one of his best games of the season. Rennell Johnson, Gary Clinton also having strong games. Double-digit targets for Blackstrain and Clinton. We start the 4th quarter, 3rd down and 3. Clark fires over the middle. Target number 13 for Gary Clinton is another 1st down for the Bears. Clark now over 300 yards for the 3rd time in this episode. He has 37 touchdown passes on the season to just 14 picks. Right on cue, make it 15. And now the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs have a chance to take the lead. We had a chance to make it a 7-point game at minimum, but the turnover hurts us and leads to a Louisiana Tech touchdown to go up 3. 7 minutes left. We're across midfield. It's 1st down and 10 at the 43. A field goal to tie, a touchdown to take the lead. We'll see what this offense is able to do. Clark fires on 1st down, finds Blackstrain on the slant. That's a huge gain of 25 down to the 18. Couple incomplete passes. Gary Clinton on 3rd down gets open, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown pass number 3 of this game for Jacob Clark. Touchdown catch number 2 for Gary Clinton. We take the lead right back. Go up 35-31. Time is winding down in this 4th quarter. Our defense needs to play well and force a stop so we can finish our undefeated season in Conference USA in year 1 in FBS football. We skip ahead. The defense does its job, forces a turnover almost immediately, and with 5.5 minutes left, we're back inside the 30. 3rd down and 7 from the 24. Clark fires to the left side. Rennell Johnson getting open, finding his main target. That's a 1st down. On 2nd down and 1 from the 3, nowhere to go. Makes it 3rd down and 1. Lawrence gets a chance. He gets stuffed in the hole. Ends up short. 4th down and inches. Lawrence in the backfield. Gets the carry, cuts it back, picks up the 1st down at the 1. And then Jacob Clark, on senior night, gets into the end zone with his legs to seal this victory. We go up 42-31. 2.5 minutes left. And we'll see if our defense can get one more stop. They do. And with just over a minute left, we'll be able to run this clock out. We cap off a strong season with a huge come-from-behind victory over Louisiana Tech. Jacob Clark eclipses 400 yards for the 2nd time in this episode. throws for 3 touchdown passes, rushes for 1 more. And we finished the regular season 10-2, 8-0 in conference play. What a start for Coach Christian Robles' career. That's 10 wins as an offensive coordinator, an undefeated conference season, and we'll hope we can add a Conference USA title to that resume. Sam Houston will be our opponent next week as we see that Missouri State is now in the top 25. That game will be in the next episode. In addition to the conference championship game, we'll get to see what kind of job offers Coach Christian Robles receives. I'm anticipating we will receive a few similar job offers to where we're currently at, and maybe a couple where we can move into the head coaching ranks for the first time. Liberty and Kennesaw State both finished the season with 3 conference losses, and we get to see that Missouri State has the top offense in terms of points scored in Conference USA. Jacob Clark finishes the regular season with over 4,200 yards, 38 touchdown passes, and 15 interceptions. By far the best year for a quarterback in Missouri State's program history. He goes over 400 yards in each of the last 2 games, throwing 9 touchdowns in those 2 games. Overall, he had 5 games of over 400 yards passing. His worst game of the season was in the first outing. Just over 200 yards passing, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. Shamari Lawrence and Josh Joyner were an incredible 1-2 punch for the Missouri State team. Lawrence finishes with 758 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground, averaging 4.1 yards per carry. He only eclipsed 100 yards 1 time back in Week 5 against Western Kentucky. Through the air, Josh Joyner was a huge threat, getting to almost 600 yards receiving on the season. He eclipsed 100 yards twice on the ground and once through the air. Those all came in 3 straight games. Josh Joyner was a dynamic playmaker for us this season. I'm really going to miss him if Coach Christian Robles decides to move on. Rennell Johnson ends up with the triple crown in terms of receiving records at Missouri State. Eclipses 100 yards 5 times. Has multiple touchdowns in multiple games. He went through a dry spell in the middle of the season, but never really disappeared like some receivers can. Gary Clinton finished the year off strong, 70-plus yards in 4 straight games. He also caught 6 touchdown passes in those 4 games. James Blackstrain had another good year. The senior had over 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. A good season from Clark to Blackstrain, as Blackstrain was able to make a few tough catches, especially in this episode. Jamari Robinson was our third option in the passing game in terms of wide receivers. He finishes with 483 yards and a few touchdowns. He made some big plays for us, converting first downs, and also some tough grabs in the end zone. Jacob Clark paces the way in Conference USA in every major statistical category. Leads the conference in completion percentage, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. The only thing anybody else was better at was not turning the ball over as much. I'm expecting to see him as the first team All-Conference USA quarterback. We'll find that out in the next episode. We'll also see the conference championship game against Sam Houston and if Coach Christian Robles receives any job offers. Please consider becoming a member on the channel. I really appreciate the support on this series and my NC State Dynasty. Please share it with your friends. Hit that like button as it helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys later.